Let me see that. Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي واجعل لي وزيرا من أهلي هارون أخي اشدد به أزري وأشركه في أمري كي نسبحك كثيرا ونذكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بصيرا وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين. Amen. Last week we studied a general view of the narrations of the story of the prophets in the Quran, and I realized and I'm convinced that all the stories of the prophets or mentioned as prophets in the Quran in order to teach us the conditions of our real life conditions, and also stories of the old people in order to teach us how we are going to experience what they experience in the physical world as it is narrated in the Quran, but we are expected to experience it within our own feelings, briefly say hearts. So we have to try to see, associate all these narrations to our personal life, maybe if it is related to social matters, our social life. It means the Quran speaks to me and I am in the center. And I have been given the free will, I have been given countless feelings, and all feelings need to be educated, trained, because of my free will. I have always in front of two options. One is, by definition, two options means one of them is good, the other one is not. At least one of them is better, the other one is worse. So how am I going to do that? Of course, I may say, look, I have my human feelings. My feelings tell me what to do and what not to do. To a certain extent, it is right. We don't deny that. Our conscience, our consciousness don't guide us at all. We accept it, it is our reality, but at the same time, in our actions, neither our knowledge, nor our mind, nor our feelings can perceive the aspect of the events which are related to the source of their existence, which is not within the conditions of the universe. So we can choose in order to direct, in order to make our life better, and also according to our feelings. So according to our feelings, I may choose the best options that I have been given this sense of realizing, recognizing which one is right, which one is wrong. For example, everybody knows that stealing is wrong, and for example, being kind to other creatures in the world, other beings in the world is right. Everybody knows that. But how about the relationship between my actions, my choices, and the purpose of my life? That is a very crucial question. So I have to come back. Yes, I have to choose this one, not that one. All right, I learned this, and I'm going to choose it. But for what purpose? A person can easily understand that this purpose cannot be confined to my life on earth. As far as I know, I have a continuously changing life, and I am getting old. I am always reminded that this life is transient. Be careful. How? Because of the reality of the way that I am given existence. That's how I am. And at the end, I perfectly know that I'm going to die and disappear as a man from this world. Maybe my corpse will remain here. But my corpse doesn't mean anything to me, because every year or other year, whatever, my body changed and my corpse changed until now. Let's say 70 years for me, 70 something years for me. I don't know where the previous 71 years have gone. I don't know. I cannot see them. It is not within my perception. I cannot control them, protect them, etc. This is beyond my capacity. So the purpose of life must be considered within my conditions of my existence in this world. So I say, I don't want any of these happen to me. I don't want to lose my youth. I don't want to lose my beautiful abilities, potentialities. I want to fulfill my potentialities. But I cannot fulfill my potentialities by myself. At the end, all my enormous potentialities, endless potentialities, wanting everything perfect, eternally perfect. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose any of them. But these potentialities, human potentialities, are not fulfilled at all. That reality contradicts between the nature of the universe and my own nature. There's a severe contradiction. One of them says, I don't want to lose anything. I want to be happy eternally, permanently. And the nature says, the universe says, no hope, forget about it. I cannot provide you any happiness, eternal happiness. And according to the way I am created, we are going to die together and disappear from existence, as we do every moment. Every moment is going into past, and I cannot stop it. And at the end, you will die. It means all beings are dying depending on their lifespan. Again, I didn't gain my lifespan. I didn't give my lifespan. I didn't assign my life as to be 70, 80, 90 years old. And then after go, it is appointed by someone else. By what? Something else. I was brought into this world by something else. I am going to be taken away from this world by someone else. And I am subject to certain rules that I am conscious of it. These rules are purposefully adjusted for my life conditions. I know that everything is meaningful. Everything is purposeful. Everything has a wisdom in its existence. So does my existence have its own purpose and consciously arranged. Who is doing all this? The universe says, I don't know, I'm subject to it. I'm subject to whoever it is, whatever it is, I'm subject to it. I don't know. I cannot get out of his design, his order, his will. And you cannot either. So we are subject to something else, together with the universe, to whom human beings must ask, to whom we are all obliged to obey, follow. Somebody is operating on it. And this operation seems to be very meaningful, but to after a certain extent, it is contradictory. I am giving these senses, and the life conditions here never, ever can satisfy it. Where did I get all these senses? These are the questions we have to bear in mind while we are thinking about the purpose of our life. Now, the purpose of our life requires to think deeply that we are not accidental beings. So, when I am using my free will, exercising my free will, and employing my feelings, consciousness, I have to bear in mind that, yes, I am choosing this as the good one, and I am rejecting that as the bad one, according to my conscience, according to my own factual settings, how I am set up by the one who made me, whoever it is. Okay, at the end, what is the ultimate purpose in choosing good and avoiding bad? Because at the end, all will become nothing when I die. What is the purpose? You go and work and work and work, and then you are going to be paid as soon as you got the payment. It is burned out. You say, I know that it is going to be burned out. Would you like to work for it? For a dead end? Meaningless end? It also causes a lot of pain, grief in me. No, it can't be, it can't be. I can be a good person according to my consciousness, according to the social consciousness, but at the end, I cannot escape from burning, severe pain that they all will end up with becoming nothing. That is the human problem. So we have to look for a solution, because there is something going on in this world, very meaningful, very powerful, very teaching, instructing, something full of wisdom. I have to sit and think. The first thing I have to take into consideration is the question, what I am in this world. What am I doing in this world? Who is operating on me in this world? It is not a joke. Something is seriously going on. And I have to see the wisdom in the creation of the world, everything, and my own creation. I have to see the wisdom in it, and definitely and inevitably come to the conclusion that I am not an accident here, a deliberate, conscious will operating on me, so that he put me in a severe, painful contradiction. I have to think about it, reflect on it seriously, understand, and come to the conclusion that who is operating on me? Investigate it. Of course, during the process of this reflection, we see that there are some people saying there is an omnipotent one, absolute one, who has given existence to the world. He is not to be thought and understood within the conditions of this universe, because he is the originator, the creator of this world. Really? Can such a being really exist? Of course, when you look at the universe, in order to give existence to the universe, put the universe into perfect order, and everything is under this creator's control, and he is continuously holding on to the universe and demonstrating it to me by continuously, constantly changing it. There is no static being in the world. But this change is perfectly organized within a perfect order, demonstrates that this is definitely a conscious being doing this, all this in the universe deliberately in order to convey some message to conscious beings like human beings, like the enemy. Then I have to ask this being, look, you have given me this sense, which is right, which is wrong, and I can understand. And you have given me the capacity to make decision between right and wrong and make a choice. Which is right, which is wrong, and I make a choice. But I understand that making a choice is not the ultimate purpose. I understand that making always choice of what is good is not the solution, because at the end, everything becomes nothing. Everything will become nothing. So what shall I do here? And we declare, human beings declare that, oh, my creator, whoever you are, I don't know. I don't see you in the universe, because universe is your product. You are the producer. You are the originator, creator. Please let me know, how am I going to solve this problem? So this is a very human consideration, human problem. All the philosophers try to solve this puzzle. If they don't listen to the guidance from the creator, look for a guidance from the creator, and listen to the guidance from the creator, and obstinately resist that they will find the answer for themselves, they cannot. Why? By definition, they will look for the answer within the universe, but we human beings look for an answer not within the universe. Because universe says, declared already throughout our reflections, we understood that I cannot give the answer to you. I am like you. I have to follow the way I am made. I am created. So they obstinately try to find the solution. Okay, they are free. Whether they are doing something right and they are doing something wrong, we have to think about it. But on the other hand, some people come up and say, look, this universe is a creator, and he told me that you have to, this is the crucial point now, all of us, hopefully, inshallah, very crucial point. We have to be very careful that whatever I am doing in this world is not going to come to an end so that it will be meaningful for me. Otherwise, it would be meaningless. So, what is the solution? That is extremely important. Now, I have to see the relationship between me and my creator. Let me see. Moment. Okay. There is a question, but I have to complete this in the chat box. So I have to read it after I complete the paragraph. I have to look for a solution. And these prophets say, look, you have to acknowledge your creator and attribute. This is the very important, crucial point for us. Attribute all your reasoning to choose good, to avoid bad, to according to his guidance, for the sake of him, in submission to him. In submission to him. It means, I am helping this man, this person. It's a good choice. My consciousness, yes, you are doing something right. But for what purpose? In order to fulfill the purpose of my life. What should be the purpose of my life? The answer is, the purpose of my life, to do it by acknowledging that this sense is given to me. I am acting in his name in this world. It means, his name means I am acknowledging that I am doing it because he has asked me to help the person. How? In two ways. One way is through my consciousness, but my consciousness also is in trouble. So he cannot solve the puzzle itself. So, but at the same time, with the support of the guidance or guiding directions from him. So I have to follow my consciousness alongside with the guidance, and it attach the absolute attach the connection with the absolute one to make my action in the name of the absolute one, acknowledging him. So my conclusion, by doing or choosing the right way, my conscious also tells me the revelation, the speech of the creator to a prophet. Through the prophet, I get the guidance, receive the guidance, and I understand that prophet teaches me, this guidance teaches me, you have to acknowledge your creator, act in his name, not that on your name, in your name. What does it mean? I am a good man. I am helping this. No, you are not a good man. You are created in this way. So the creator is good. It doesn't mean that you are bad, but your goodness comes from the creator. Acknowledge it and attach your feelings to him, so that when you connect your feelings to the absolute being, what happens? The absolute being takes it as an action acted in his name, and the response will be from the absolute one, and your action will be multiplied with infinite, because absolute will treat you according to his capacity. For example, if a man or somehow better off than you can help you, how much? As much as his capacity allows him to do so. But if a much richer man helps you, how much? According to his capacity. So if you ask him, please give me, I mean, the very rich man is not going to give you $10. It is give you maybe, okay, $10,000 for you, $1,000 according to his capacity, or $1 million. It's capacity. If the man is absolute, how is he going to treat you? Okay, with infinite. How God responds our simple actions in this world. Simple actions. Helping somebody, maybe in the example of the prophetic teaching, helping a cat or a dog, even not alone human beings. I don't know, nowadays people, I see the people respect their dog so much and leave the things there. They don't respect human beings. That is the civilization. Now, not all of them, but some. So we have to understand the difference between human-made civilization and God-instructed civilization. I have to respect everybody, including dogs, including human beings, including animals, including, so we call them inanimate beings, matter. I have to respect them. They exist like me. They are coming from the same source as I am. So that is what the revelation teaches, and that is how my expectation of permanent happiness comes to realization. I say, okay, I did all this so that all my actions will come to a nonsense end, meaningless end, death, and disappear from existence. Now it is registered with my Creator, who is the Absolute One, and that is why I am put in these life conditions. Now, the Quran teaches us how are we going to exercise our free will. Now, if we exercise our free will without acknowledging that all I do are provided by my Creator, and I am given the consciousness, through my consciousness, I have to use them, exercise them by acknowledging His ownership over my being. I don't own myself. He owns my existence because my existence is from Him. Now we understand that we need guidance. Guidance about what? How am I going to utilize my free will? So utilize my free will under which conditions? Every conditions that I am going through in my life. Very severe conditions, very happy conditions. I may be pleased, I may not be pleased, I may be frightened, I may feel secure. Within all conditions, the people may reject me, people may really uphold me. So whatever happens, so my relationship with my environment, my relationship with my kids, with my relationship with my family structure, my wife, my husband, and my parents, and my relatives, and all my friends in my work. How am I going to treat with my customers, clients, all of them? How am I going to really live in this world in every life conditions? These life conditions are generally told through stories. The stories of the prophets, stories of the old nations, what happened to them in physical forms. That is the way we are educated. The Creator by giving the physical examples of it, telling me that these are real life experiences. Real life experiences. I'm telling you a real life experience in every story. But you need to learn them in order to adapt them to your own life conditions, not as a story, knowledge, information, what happened in the past. That is just trash. No, it is for you, for your own education. Now, I think I have to go back to the chat box now. Go ahead. Now, Mumina asked, not asked. At the end, there's a question mark. Now, excuse me, Mumina, can you help me now? Is it better now, or it was better at the beginning of today's class? Which one? Just speak and tell me quickly. Which one is better? Now or before? Before means in the beginning of our discussion today. Mumina, are you here? Mumina? Or anybody else?
It is better in the beginning, yeah.
Now, how is it now?
It's good, but like in the beginning it was louder and clearer.
Oh, it is interesting.
Quality is better now, but your volume goes down actually with your mic.
So what shall I do? Do you think I have to go back to the whatever I was doing at the beginning? What would you suggest?
I prefer this way because this quality is clearer. Although it's low, but you can increase on your device the volume.
What? Oh,
Yeah, like I'm fine with it too. If you don't help it.
let me see. Well, it must be okay. That is the maximum. Well, okay, let me do it this way. How about now?
Yes, this is good.
Okay, thank you. So I'll go back to, okay, your question. I have a question about everything being purposeful, and I want to give an example. Everyone we meet on the street or anywhere else may not impact our life. It might just be passing experience, but some people we meet has more meaning in our life, like, for say, a long-lasting friend. Not everyone we meet serves service in our life. Your voice, okay, all right, I understood. I think, as far as the content of or the purpose of our discussion today, this concern is covered. Do you still ask this? Of course. Everything is teaching. Even while we are sitting here, there may be a shadow on the window. Is a way of teaching something to you. We have to take it. But some of them have, as you said, more impact than the others. But we have to be conscious of everything what is happening around us. But this is the life condition. Everybody exercises life conditions in a different way, and not everybody can be as conscious as some people who are very serious about their life. It means not about their health-wise life. No, the purpose of their life. Purpose of their life requires a very alarmed, alerted consciousness, alerted consciousness. So we need to follow our capacity and utilize it as much as possible. That means we have to be always alarmed about the things. Why is it happening to me? Or what is the purpose of the Creator who created me in this life condition, and what am I expected to do? So I have to use two sources alongside each other, maybe parallel to each other. My consciousness says this is right, and of course I have to be very careful to interpret my consciousness according to my own criterion, which may be polluted or not. What is the criterion? Go back to the teachings of my Creator. I need the teachings of my Creator. Definitely. Without it, I cannot make sense of my life. I personally find myself in trouble. Why? Without the teaching of my Creator, I say this is right, but a person next to me says this is wrong. And how am I going to judge now? And today something seems to be right to me. And when I grow, well, for example, when I'm young, I say, of course, I must be powerful. I must do whatever I want, etc. When I mature up, I say, look, I have to be careful for the rights of others. Oh, my judgment during the youth days, years, was wrong. So I am fluctuating now. But in order to gain the flexibility, stability in my life, I have to have a criterion. And definitely I need a criterion, and I cannot secure the criterion by myself as a human being. Even I am the greatest philosopher, still I cannot secure it because I cannot really go beyond my own capacity within the conditions of this universe. So I have to seek help from my Creator. Look, you have given me all the senses which look for beyond the capacity of this universe. So it means the guidance of these senses is not within this universe, must be within your purpose of creating me. So you have to help me. Since you gave me this need, I need to satisfy this need. I am in need of it. You created me that I am aware of my need. So I must receive a guidance from you. That guidance is the ultimate criterion, must be the ultimate criterion. And this guidance is given to me from my Creator. It means He knows what He is creating. He is creating me within these life conditions, and He knows what He has given me in my feelings or capacity, potentiality. So He must give the criterion according to the capacity that He gave me. So He must satisfy my criterion. That's why we have to read the revelation. I need the revelation, that is fine. Most of the people identify themselves with some kind of God-inspired religious principles or religions. Yeah, I understand that, but how am I going to utilize these principles in order to exercise in my life and see the compatibility between what is taught in the text as refer to the Creator, and what is taught in my feelings, again, is referred to the Creator. There must be in harmony with each other. In harmony with each other. That is very important. That is why we have to see the Quran, study the speech of the Creator. If you are studying, whatever the source you are studying, but we are studying the Quran, we have to read the Quran as related to my very personal life experience or the living experience. Very personal, for me. We are going to study Moses as much as we can. How can I relate it to myself? I'm not going to read the story in the form of information. Oh, I know what happened to Musa when he was a baby. Okay. Okay, what happened? His mother put him in the river. So what's the line? Okay. His mother put him. My mother wasn't in that position, and he wasn't put in the river. What shall I do? So we have to say, no. Stop information. Stop storytelling. This is a guidance for me in order to be taken as a criterion for my life conditions, living conditions. So our perspective, while we are reading the stories, if we have been studying the stories of some prophets, so far we studied 3, this is the 4th. So we are trying to relate it to our personal life experiences. Okay. There is another note from Maha. She says, you mean you have to follow your conscience, right? Not consciousness? Now, this is, I would say, of course, conscience is completely different from consciousness, right? But these are different types of qualities given to us, like my eye and my ear. My ear is to be used to hear what the sound tells me and analyze it through my brain or whatever. However I am created, it's working. But my eye gets the appearance, we call them pictures, of the objects around me. But they work together, but they are functioning in different ways. But at the end, I use all of them and harmonize them, mix them up all together, come to a conclusion. Likewise, conscience, I use conscience for a human reality that acknowledges what is right and what is wrong. How about consciousness? That's my definition of it. I may be wrong. You don't have to agree with me. Come on. You can say, no, it is just maybe the other way around. All right. But how I am thinking. Consciousness is the tool that enables me to become aware of the existence of my conscience, and in order to helps me realize that what the function of the conscience is for. Now, consciousness makes me aware of my reality. But if I didn't have consciousness, my conscience is innate, remain how is it called? Inert within me, doesn't function. But it is there, but doesn't function. For example, if someone uses his consciousness, he doesn't know what it is, who is he, and what is happening in the world at all. Although he is alive, although he has conscience. So what we have to do now, we have to follow our conscience by utilizing honestly our consciousness. So I am aware that I exist. I am aware that I have feelings. I am aware that I think. I am thinking. I am aware that the things around me exist. These are the function of consciousness. Now, how about the conscience? Okay, conscious tells me, now, this is wrong, this is right. You are going to choose. You'd better choose right, not wrong. If you do, you hurt me because you are making me function in the wrong way. You hurt me. Now, this is the, if you like, the engine of my feelings, which is called in the Quran, al-qalb, qalb. Now, this is the engine of my feelings. It is the main motor of my feelings. But consciousness makes me aware of what is going on here, and I have to, I have a free will on the other hand. Now, although my consciousness says, according to your conscience, it means, conscience means, as far as I understand, that's a very interesting point actually. As far as I understand, conscience means the center of making right and wrong and indicating this is right, this is wrong. That is my center of my being. It is innate in me. That's how I am created. And also consciousness is given to me that I have to, while I am functioning, I have to follow this way that the conscience inspires me within myself. That is why whatever is given to consciousness, excuse me, to the capacity, whatever the capacity is given to conscience is my spirit coming from my creator. It means my capacity of conscience acknowledges the creator directly. In the analogy of the Quran, it is taught that it is taught us that we are taught there. Our conscience, what makes us essentially human beings, conscience is directly taken from, they are all created by God, but our conscience is directly taken, given out of God's conscience, if you like. Although we don't know which kind of conscience he has, it's absolute one. We cannot speculate on absolute one, but our ruh, in this sense, is given out of God's ruh. It means my covenant with God, as it is described in the Quran, I have taken a covenant from you before you were sent to this world in the physical form. What does it mean? Before my body is created in this world, my spirit is prepared with the covenant with my creator. What does it mean? The covenant means he is my creator, and I am given the ability to acknowledge this creator with all his capacity his capacity, it means acknowledge his capacity. It means he must be absolutely powerful creator, absolutely knowledgeable creator, absolutely wise creator, etc., etc. As we see the evidence of it in the universe, now I can acknowledge it. It doesn't mean that I know them in physical form within this universe. No, but acknowledge that such a quality exists belonging to the creator. This ability to acknowledge the creator is given to me by my creator, and this relationship is described in the Quran as God is taken a covenant with me in order to know who I am and in order to know who he is, the human being is. It means I am created, he is my source of existence. That is the covenant. This covenant became a real life experience through, that is also important, this covenant is a real life experience through giving me the capacity to acknowledge the existence of the eternal being, absolute being, and his absolute qualities. But acknowledge it. This covenant gives me the opportunity to acknowledge it. So I am given the option whether I will confirm this covenant, this acknowledgement, or I will turn my back to it, deny it. I am free there. Now we have to be careful now. I am free to acknowledge it or not, but although I am able to acknowledge it, but I don't have to follow and submit my free will to this option. So people know, I know from my own life experience, I know this option is wrong, but I still do it, choose it, because I am free. I am given the freedom, and I am given the opportunity to be educated, to be trained in this world within a free atmosphere. So whatever I choose, the responsibility will be on me. But I cannot create the result. That is something else. But the responsibility remains on me. Okay? I don't know whether it makes clear or not. If not, please state it. So I will take notes of it again and reconsider my understanding. So far in my life experience, I'm following that, yeah, I have that one, and I am aware of it, and I am aware of the choice I make, and I am aware of the consequences of the choice I make, and I am aware of the consequence of my life on earth. I am aware of it. I have been denying the truth. I am aware of it. But since I am aware of it, why don't I really follow it? No, I am free to submit the reality or to reject the reality. Look at the word. Look at yourself. I look at myself. I see that I am free to reject it or to submit my will to the will of my creator. But sometimes I ignore it. I see some people, very few people, straight away, directly reject it. But I know, I am aware, because I am a human being. We share the same qualities, their conscience, their consciousness, is aware that they are going against their conscience, their heart, their spirit, whatever you call it, with the language of the Quran, ruh. The practical side of the Quran, qalb. So, but we use English translation of it. Okay, let's get into this story. Just a start. We have a few minutes, I bet. Yeah, well, not few minutes. We have one. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. وأوحينا إلى موسى أن أرضعيه فإذا خفت عليه فألقيه في اليم ولا تخافي ولا تحزني إنا رادوه إليك وجاعلوه من المرسلين. That's the first verse that we are going to study from 28th surah, which is Qasas. And this is as you see in the screen, this chapter of the Quran is revealed during the late period of Meccan life. It means the Prophet still is in Mecca and he is being under severe attacks, treatment of the people of the city or the town. So what we see now, the relationship, we inspired Moses' mother saying, suckle him. It means feed the child. How? God inspired. Do you think? I think there are mothers. Maha is one. I know that. Maha has two beautiful children, blessed with two beautiful young boys now. I know there may be others as well. Doesn't matter. Did you suckled your children? Maha, can you communicate with me?
Yes.
Yeah.
3 children, 3 boys.
Oh, yeah, I know. One of them was, I understand. 3 boys, all of them are boys. Okay, that's God's choice. That wasn't yours. Otherwise, you would. Feed them, something like that. Did you?
I nursed the boys, yes, but I lost your voice for a second.
So sorry. No. Did you hear any voice from the sky speaking to you that you have to suckle the baby?
No, I have not.
Well, yeah, I know. Why did you feed your baby then? No, you have to, huh? You have conscience. It taught you have to feed it. But
yes,
you are aware of it. You
yes.
said, okay, we name it in this secular language, saying that I am a mother, I have to take care of my child. Why? Because I have to take care of my child. Well, the secular civilization doesn't give a name, but Revelation says, as we are reading here, saying that we inspired Moses' mother, saying, suckle him. You got the inspiration from your creator through your conscience that you have to suckle him, and you obeyed. You might have chosen not to, but you have chosen to obey it, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Can you now, would you mind telling that when you were feeding the baby, were you aware that you were the mother of Moses in this story?
personally, I wasn't
Okay.
aware of that at the
I
time.
understand. I understand. I mean, I wasn't either. So we are on the same page. Don't worry. But at least you must have been aware that that is how you are created with this sense. Not, it wasn't a natural thing, purposeless. Inshallah, it was, wasn't it? You were aware of it.
I was aware that there was meaning, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So that is your conscience. And if you suckled your wife, excuse me, your child, your baby, if you suckled your baby with this consciousness, you were feeding Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim and come baby and feed. That shows that you were aware of God's inspiration, God's way of creating in you. But another question that I'm not testing you, you are free not to answer or answer. Were you aware that God already وأوحينا إلى موسى إلى موسى was teaching you this, that it is translated as inspired. No, أوحى means revealed. Wahi. It was the same wahi told in the story of Moses' mother. Did you relate your situation to this story? If you like, answer. If not, don't answer.
No, only now I'm realizing the connection, but previously I didn't realize the connection.
Yeah, now you did, all right?
Yes.
That is what we are going to do while we are studying the prophetic stories. So we wouldn't say, God says, we revealed Moses' mother saying, suckle him. I said, no, what happened to Moses' mother? Who was she? What was her name? When was it? Which pharaoh? In Egyptology, study Egyptology, find out. Don't you think it is totally irrelevant to the purpose of the teachings of the Quran? God's speech. Oh, man is talking about me, about Maha, about you. In a mother who has a baby, this is me. I am inspiring you. I am revealing you. That is why Wahi means here the Ruh with this capacity is given to you by God, and the teaching of the Quran teaches me how I should utilize this capacity in order to understand. And it's not a purposeless thing that you fed your baby and at the end you will die and the baby will die as well. No, it is purposeful in order to understand that all these arrangements, this scenario of life is set by God. Everything is happening to me by God, by the will of God, my creator. I have to be conscious of it. This story starts from our real life experience. Inshallah, we will continue. Time is really up. Next week, inshallah. I'm very excited to see more. Okay, so today's class, yesterday's class, how the general view of the Quranic stories of the prophets. Today's class, how are we going to relate them in practical terms to our real life conditions? And then we have to continue, inshallah. This is just the one piece at the beginning of the verse, وَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَىٰ أُمِّ مُوسَىٰ أَنْ أَرْضِعِيهِ. That's it. Okay, Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I'm very pleased to see you here all. And inshallah, I would like to see you in our other discussions. If not, next Wednesday. Inshallah, we will have another discussion next Wednesday until the end of the semester. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.